Toy Story was a late title for the Sega Genesis, released in April of 1996. It's a side-scrolling platformer and mostly mirrors Woody's adventure through the film of the same name. Unlike many licensed titles of the era, it was not developed by Virgin, but rather Traveler's Tales. What makes this an interesting title to review are the graphics. In 1996, this game blew me away. Even looking back at it now, it's hard to believe this was being done on hardware released in 1988. The first level shows off some terrific line-scrolling effects that make the floor look 3D. Additionally, most of the shelves and furniture in the level actually have sides to them, further enhancing the illusion of depth. Lastly, everything has a pre-rendered Donkey Kong Country look to it, which is especially impressive considering the Genesis can only display 64 colors on screen at once. Woody and all the other toy sprites are also really large and detailed, with incredibly smooth animation. Everything on the screen feels really well thought out, as if the developers considered every strength and limitation of the system and pushed the 8-year-old hardware to its absolute limits. Look at the fan blades on this sprite. They actually have a shadow that animates as it rotates around. The entire game is filled with an incredible attention to detail. The next thing that really sets Toy Story apart is the sheer amount of variety in the game. There's plenty of variety in the platforming stages, like the opening stage where you help the green army men get the baby monitor to listen in on Andy's party. In the next stage, you have to help various toys get into their toy box or remove barriers so they can get under the bed. Or race Buzz Lightyear to the top of the bed before Andy arrives. Or make your way through Pizza Planet while hiding in a paper cup. I really like these goal-driven levels, as opposed to a simple collect-a-thon or get from point A to point B. But it doesn't stop there. There are a couple overhead driving stages where you control RC and must make your way through the designated course while picking up batteries before you run out of juice. There is a third-person driving stage as well, where Woody is riding RC to try and catch up with the moving truck. For being a one-off level, this looks better than a lot of line-scrolling games of the era. The most impressive level is the first-person level, inside the claw machine. This is being done without any additional hardware in the cartridge, is nearly full screen, and even has details on the floor and ceiling. The frame rate holds up without any problems. It's an incredible piece of coding. Toy Story features some rich music as well. I wouldn't call these compositions classic, but a few are sure to get stuck in your head. There are plenty of voice samples which are usually above average. They complement the amazing graphics well.
You don't want to be in the way when my laser goes off. To infinity and beyond!
While Toy Story is a visual and audio tour de force, the gameplay doesn't quite keep up. Oftentimes, it feels the character sprites are a touch too big, and it's pretty easy to accidentally run into an enemy. The boss battles against Buzz aren't very inspired either. The battle against Buzz at the gas station takes far too long to land a hit. The last boss battle against the claw machine is poorly designed, as you basically have to whip an alien up at the claw machine while it's moving. There isn't enough time to get many shots in, and you can lose lives rather quickly. The overhead driving stages are also a bit twitchy, but certainly playable. Despite the gameplay not being perfect, this is a game I like to play through every year. The flaws are mostly a result of sheer ambition, and as a whole, Toy Story is a really fun game. Being a late release, I'm sure this one didn't sell too well, and seems to have flown under the radar over the years, but you should definitely check it out. It's a fun little romp with some absolutely stunning graphics that really show off what the Genesis hardware could do in the hands of ambitious designers. Awesome game.